Lebanon's army says it will hit back if Syria launches any more attacks into Lebanese territory. That warning coming after a Syrian helicopter fired 2 rockets into the city of Arsal, 12 kilometers inside Lebanon, wounding 1 person. There have been several spillover attacks into Lebanon, but this is the first one to trigger a warning from the Lebanese government.
Residents of the town of Arsal support Syrian opposition forces in their fight against Assad's troops. They've taken in opposition fighters and treat the injured. They say the government missiles landed near a hospital. More and more Lebanese are taking sides in the Syrian civil war. Members of the Shia militant group Hezbollah are fighting on behalf of the government. They helped defeat opposition forces in the Syrian town of Qusayr. But opposition forces have been hitting back from their positions along the border. In one of the latest battles, they fired 8 rockets into the Hezbollah stronghold of Hermal.
The conflict in Syria was high on the agenda during talks in Washington between U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry and Britain's Foreign Secretary William Hague. Both men reiterated the need for dialogue and an end to the violence, but they admitted they had no new details on how to achieve that.
What we have been pushing for, all of us involved in this effort, is a political solution that ends the violence, saves Syria, stops the killing and destruction of an entire nation. And that's what we're pushing for. So it's not a question to me whether or not the opposition can, quote, win. It's a question of whether or not we can get to this political solution. And the political solution that the Russians have agreed to contemplates a transition government.
But what the regime is doing at the moment, and what you've seen over the last couple of weeks in the military action, supported in this case by Hezbollah, is making a political solution more difficult. It may be designed to make a political solution more difficult. And so our efforts in Syria have been to try to save lives, to prevent radicalization, to send the message to the regime that in the end there does have to be a political solution.